What's going on there, YouTube world? Austin Lewis here, coming to you guys with my good friend and soon-to-be business partner, Mr. Chad Otsuji, absolute stud. This guy, obviously, if you guys haven't already, go to his channel. His link's gonna be in the description below. And him and I actually did a video a couple months ago, right, Chad? And you know, so the response has been absolutely insane. You know, from you guys, and so I figured I'd hit him up and I said, "Yo, Chad, we gotta make this thing happen. You got me on your channel, I gotta get you on my channel." For those of you that know and came to this video, as you guys saw an ad at the beginning of this, your boy got remonetized. So we got demonetized because of some content that we were putting out there did not fit right with the YouTube community, and so we ended up getting demonetized, and here we are back better than ever on the road to 100K subs, just as my boy Chad is. So really the main purpose of this interview is just to kind of share with you guys, you know, a background is a story of his. Obviously, if you guys follow him already on YouTube, you guys get a lot of Chad on YouTube. But this is kind of to just peel back the layers of the onion of Chad and kind of share with you guys his story. I know his story is absolutely incredible, utilizing student loans to get into the ATM business, and I'm sure he's gonna share that stuff with you guys. But you know, obviously last time, you know, what happened in the video, we're not sure. We had some technical difficulties, where this one I can assure you is gonna be a whole heck of a lot better than what you guys saw in the last one. So maybe we can talk Chad into doing a revamp again on his channel. Maybe we can make that happen. So ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure and go like this video. Drop in the comment section below what you guys would like to see in future videos. If you want to see me and Chad do some more collabs, if you want to see me and Chad blow up an ATM, that video can still happen, okay? We just got to get him out here to Arizona. And make sure and go subscribe to your boy, because your boy is thirsty for subscribers. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad, bro, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I think that last video we did, you know, there's so many comments in that video. I think that we definitely had to come and do this second video. So, I mean, you know, after this, we can definitely, you know, get you back on my channel for that remake.
Absolutely, sure, brother. I'm excited, man. So obviously just share with everybody, you know, share with everybody that, you know, how old you are, because again, the purpose of this is on my channel, and so I want my subscribers to know that, you know, anybody can do this business, right? Obviously, everybody that follows me and subscribes to me and watches us, they know a little bit about my story with the ATM business. They know, obviously, outside of the ATM businesses, I got other businesses as well. But I want them to hear your story, just because it's so unique and it's so incredible, and it's not what everybody would do. I truly believe that, you know, you are a part of the top 1%, just because you're willing to take risks that entrepreneurs take, that other people that might not be able to take those risks. So share with us your story, man. How many ATMs are you currently at? Obviously, what your current status of your business looks like, and kind of what your goals are, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so currently right now I have 8 machines. So, I mean, not as big as your portfolio, but yeah, I started with 0, but right now I'm at 8 machines.
That's amazing.
So, you know, we're still working up to, you know, get at least 100 machines. Yeah, so we pretty much started from scratch. I started with a student loan. I was in college, you know, I didn't even have a job. I was living at my apartment, and I had, you know, I was trying all these different things. I was trying drop shipping, I was trying Amazon FBA, all these different things. And I realized that a lot of these things took a lot of work, especially with drop shipping. You know, I would spend hours and hours on my computer every day, you know, editing different things, finding different products, editing my website. And it was just a lot of work while I was going to school. So yeah, it was just a lot of work. And then I found this ATM business, and I saw that it was extremely passive. I just put in all the work up front, and then I do like 1 hour of work every single month, and I get all of the profits from the ATM. So it was extremely passive, and that's kind of what led me into this business. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely fell in love with this business, but you know, after getting that first machine, I saw I was making $300 a profit, $400 a profit every month. So, you know, I just got my second machine from there, third machine, fourth machine, and now I'm all the way up to 8.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. So I guess and obviously the people that are watching are probably like, man, that's so, the curiosity in my brain, it just rolls, man. What led you to start? Obviously, if you don't mind sharing with everybody, what did you start with funds-wise? Obviously, you had student loans. You had student loans that you had. What amount of money did you start with? How did you scale to 8 ATMs? Did you land the contracts yourself? Did you pay for contracts? Are you loading the machines? Are you having another company, a loading machine, load your ATM machines?
Yeah, so pretty much, I had almost $0 in my bank account when I first started, and I was going into my last semester of college, and I figured why not take advantage of my student loan, because once I graduate, I can't get that student loan anymore. So I noticed that a lot of my friends, they got their student loan, paid for their school, paid for their housing, and then they had a couple $1,000s left over. So I figured I could probably just do the same exact thing. And instead of spending it at the bar, I would just take all that money, buy an ATM, load the ATM myself with my cash, and I could actually make some passive income every month. So yeah, I do film all of my machines myself. And pretty much how I scaled was once I got that first machine, I would just save that $300, and then still while, working on the side or doing other things like YouTube to get some other type of income in, I would just take all that money and then I would save it up and then invest in other machines, go out, find more contracts, by physically going to the locations and talking to business owners. I would actually put in the work to go find these locations and get deal signed.
That's amazing, man. So I guess my next question for you then is, 8 machines, you're rocking and rolling. I definitely want to dive into, obviously, what your average surcharge profit is. But before we even jump into that, obviously, I have other videos on my channel. I'm sure you have some videos on yours as well, talking about like the average surcharge. How it's kind of like an interesting thing when it comes to the ATM business. I see a lot of people on YouTube right now, talking about the ATM business just because of the hype, just because of the blast. But they're actually people that don't own ATMs.
Right.
But that's how it usually is, right? So they're on camera telling people that you can make $1,000 or $2,000 a month with an ATM, one ATM machine. Which, don't get me wrong, you can. I got machines that I make $5,000 a month on. But those are like swinging like Barry Bonds. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to hit a home run. And obviously depending on people's goals. So I definitely want to talk to you about, your average surcharge that you see between 8 machines. I want to talk to you about what it looks and feels like inside your ATM portfolio in terms of like how much time that takes. Like you have 8 machines, you load 8 machines. How much time does that realistically take for you to actually go out there and load those machines? And maybe what's your goal for your ATM company, right? You have 8 machines right now. What are you looking to scale to ultimately?
Right. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking to scale to at least 20 this year. So that's definitely the goal. But in terms of like long term, yeah, definitely over 100 machines. But as far as like my surcharge goes, it's funny you bring that up because I noticed that there's actually some people, we'll put a screenshot up by the way. I noticed that there's some people that use my ATM machine 2-3 times a day, same machine, same day. And I actually had this one customer, they took out $60, right? And they took it out within a matter of 3 minutes, but in 3 transactions. So they took out $20, $20, $20, and I thought it was kind of strange. So they paid me $9 in surcharge just to get $60 out of their ATM machine. So there's definitely some people out there that they don't really understand, at least customer-wise, they don't really understand how the surcharge works. Yeah. So even if you have a machine out there that you charge $3, some people they'll still pay extra, and I honestly don't know what the reason is behind it, but some people do it. Yeah. So as far as like all of my machines together, I think all of them actually average, I would say somewhere between 400, 500, somewhere in that range. But I have some that do 600, 700, and then I also have some on the lower end that do maybe $200. But even $200 a month, that's still $200 a month. Exactly, $200 a month, and I actually fill the machine with more than I should, so that way I only go back once a month, so it's actually worth my time to keep that location.
Absolutely. I teach it to all of our investors. And Chad, this is definitely something we can talk about. We actually opened up a program, and we definitely should get you on this. It's called the ATM automation program. So, you know how other individuals are doing that with different businesses and different industries. We kind of opened that up to an ATM automation program where people get an ATM, they get a contract, they get a topper. You're familiar with toppers,
For sure.
and they get all of that. They get the ATM machine loaded. It comes with a loader. They get the ATM machine allowable to have Wi-Fi or unless they need an Ethernet cable, and the ATM gets installed for X amount of dollars. And one thing I like what you said there, man, was that $200 is still $200. One thing that people don't really realize when it comes to the ATM business is not. And now if you guys are watching this and you just want to dabble and all you have is enough money for one machine or you know you just have enough for somebody for you to go load the machine, obviously there's multiple different ways that you know we can set you up with more money. Obviously I got free funding. I got free funding in the link description below. I have a guy that we work with that we've partnered up with. It's actually called ATM Funding. And he's able to get people over $100,000 for 0% APR for 12 months. It's kind of an incredible thing. He's based out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Incredible dude, but even that, it's still $200. That's what I want to reiterate to you guys with what Chad just said, that most people don't understand that this business is all about scale. Like most people don't get into this business to make an extra $400 or $300 a month. Like it's just not the case. If you get into the ATM business, you want to make 30 grand a month, passive, you know what I'm saying? So this business always makes sense at scale. I mean, I say this to our investors, I say this to our community and our team members, and I even say it to my YouTube channel. I'm like, listen guys, if you had 100 ATMs, and each ATM just did one transaction a day, that would be $300 if it was a $3 transaction fee. That'd be $300 a day off of one transaction. The average ATM transaction is anywhere from 6 to 10 transactions a day. Obviously, sometimes I think that's kind of high, right? I like to sit around 3 to 4 transactions a day. But again, I like to play first base. I don't like to swing like a home run. But again, one transaction a day at 100 ATMs is about $9,000 a month. $9,000 a month times 12, you guys do the math. It always makes sense. That's why I love it so much, man. So you got eight ATMs. You're rocking and rolling. You're loading every single one. Would you recommend loading? I'm just curious. Obviously, this is a biased opinion, but I'm just curious. Would you recommend loading machines? Or would you recommend finding loaders to load your machines? Now, again, obviously, I want people listening to understand this is biased. Everybody's got their own opinion, right?
For sure.
Some things work better than others, right? Everybody knows that I can't load my own machines. It costs me $1 a transaction to load the machines, but I have 90 machines that I don't touch, smell, look at, anything like that. And so it makes sense, right? So what is your take on that, man?
Yeah. So I think there's definitely two sides to this. And I think it really just depends on where you are, I guess, financially, as a business, whatever. Because I think if you're first starting out with just one machine, I 100% think you should fill the machine, you should load the machine, you should program it, all of that, just because you know you can physically touch the machine and use it every single time you go in, and you can get to know the way around your machine. And then once you have that foundation, you have that base, I think then you could actually venture out and have people load it for you. That way you can take advantage of your time and you can actually get machines out of state. You can get machines, I'm over here on the East Coast. That means I can get a machine in, Arizona, and then I would just have someone like you or another ATM company go and fill it for me. And I actually don't have to touch the machine whatsoever. So, I think there's definitely room for both sides, for sure.
I love it, man. So what is your goal right now with current eight machines? What is your goal? 20 machines is obviously what you want to get to by the end of the year, but what does that exactly look and feel like right now for you? What's it going to take for you to be able to get there?
I think it's definitely going to take a lot of sweat equity. I definitely have to go out there and start knocking on doors, start looking at businesses to go and go find business owners, because I think the ultimate thing, in order to get an ATM machine inside of a location, you have to find that decision maker. You have to go and find the owner of the business, because if you go into a business and you talk to just the cashier, they're not going to be able to give you a definitive answer. You have to find that decision maker. So I mean, I think that's probably one of the biggest challenges so far.
100%. And what I like to say to a lot of people is it's just power in numbers, right? The more people that you talk to, the more chances you are to get a yes, right? I have a thing in my wall. It's an iconic. It says, failure, 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 failure. It just takes that one yes to create success.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So. Yeah. But even if you get all of these no's, you could still have a couple business owners who also have business owner friends. And if they bring up, I need an ATM in my store, and then they could, spark up that conversation and be like, oh, I just had a guy come in last week talking about an ATM. Here's his contact info.
Yep, 100%. So what do your current locations look like right now? Are you in bars, strip clubs? Are you in convenience stores, barbershops, salons? Where you kind of place that? Do you have a preference at all?
I do have a preference. So, I mean, because my lower ATMs, like I have a couple in barbershops, and those do about $200 a month. But then I have a convenience store, a liquor store. It's like a hookah bar type bar, restaurant. And those all do like $500, $600, $700-ish a month. So I definitely prefer something that serves alcohol. If they sell alcohol, serve alcohol, those are definitely the places to be.
I love it. And did you start out with landing the bar locations, or did you start out by landing the barbershop locations?
No, I actually first started off with the liquor store.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much how that went is the liquor store is right down the street from my house. So all I did was one day I walked in, I was actually a customer. I was getting drinks for a party or something like that. And I looked at their ATM machine, and their ATM had a sign on it that said out of service. So I went up to them and I was like, hey, is the owner available? Like, I have an ATM business. I'd like to talk to you about getting an ATM. And they told me that the owner was out of the country, come back on this day. So then, I came back the next day or whatever day they told me to come, and I asked for the owner again. And they gave me like this funny look. Like I wasn't like I was up to something like no good. So then I actually came back for the third time. The owner still wasn't there, but I pretty much pitched it to, at the time, it was, I didn't know it was his wife. So I pitched the idea to his wife, and then his wife went back, talked to him, and then I guess had that conversation. And then the next time I came back, he was actually in the store. And then I pitched the idea again, and he was all for it.
That's amazing, man. So I guess I got a question too, in terms of your business. Do you offer a percentage of surcharge to your clients, or is it 100% you understanding that an ATM inside a person's location is an amenity, not an absolute necessity?
Yeah, so initially that's what I would do. Like, I would walk into the location, and my pitch was, hey, I can give you X amount of surcharge, like, for example, $1 of surcharge if you let me put this ATM machine there. And that, at first, that was the only thing that I talked about, right? So the business owner saw that, they can make money from this machine. But, as time went on, I kind of learned that that's not really the pitch I should go for. I should go for, this ATM is a service. Your customers do have access to cash. In turn, they'll spend more money at your store, your sales will increase, et cetera. And now that's kind of the pitch that I'm going for. So, I've been seeing lower and lower surcharges as far as like my percentages with the business owner, just because I'm not going in right away saying, I'm going to give you $1 per transaction. I'm going in saying that this is a service. Like there's more benefits than just the ATM itself.
100%. That's amazing, man. That's kind of what we do inside our business. I don't remember the last time that we actually gave a percentage of the surcharge to our clients, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of our clients are some of my good friends. They're barbershop owners, they're salon owners, they're things like that. But at the end of the day, just think about it this way: an apartment complex doesn't charge you to use the gym, right? Doesn't charge you to use the gym, and so why should you charge me to have my ATM inside your guys' location? I understand you're bringing the foot traffic, but I'm bringing the convenience. If you don't have to pay that 3% fee on Square, and you pay less processing fees because of your cash, and you bring in more individuals because of your ATM, because I have an ATM sign on your wall for free that I personally pay for, and I set a $5,000 machine roughly inside your barbershop or inside your salon or inside your bar, I don't see the reasoning to give you a percentage of surcharge, because I'm the one taking all the risk, you're taking no risk.
Exactly.
So I like that. Now, obviously, it just depends on the situation. It just depends on the owner. It depends on the location and things like that. We have some locations that we give, 50 cents to, that absolutely murder it, and we have no problem handing over the 50 cents so that there is some sort of leeway. But I truly believe that using some common sense when individuals are going out there and landing contracts is just what they're going to have, right?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
So, what are I guess, you're going to school currently right now?
No, I graduated in last December.
Okay.
Like about a year and a half ago.
Okay, that's amazing. So I guess, what do your friends think about this whole passive income thing, man? Like, what advice do you have to somebody that, maybe is inside of college right now? They have all these student loans that they are using, but using, like you said, for the wrong reasons rather than the right reasons. What advice can you give to that person or that individual listening in right now? Or maybe just that person that, they've been watching you and I both on YouTube. They haven't bought an ATM yet. They haven't gotten started. They haven't purchased a course. They haven't got started in ATM automation. They haven't got started. They've just continued to be a looky-loo, and I like to watch our videos. And don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, Chad and myself, I can definitely speak on his behalf. Absolutely love you guys binging our content, learning about the ATM business as much as possible, but you can only learn for free so much. So right. What advice do you have, I guess, for that new person that is taking a look at this, watching this, and hasn't gotten started in the business quite yet?
Just take action, man. I think that's, number one biggest thing, because, you can watch all these videos, you can gain all of this knowledge, but at the end of the day, if you're not actually, putting that to use, then what's the point? Like, for example, me, right? I went to school, I got an economics degree, and then right after college, I started my ATM business, but I didn't use that economics degree, so it was kind of, it went to waste, right? So I think you definitely have to, take that first step, just purchase your first machine, sign that first contract, do whatever it has to, whatever you have to do just to get that first ATM machine on the ground, and then it snowballs from there, for sure.
That's amazing, man. What's your life look like right now before I let you go? What's your life look like now, man, with all this passive income coming in?
Man, I'm not really spending it. I'm kind of just saving it up, buying more machines. I'm actually trying to get my first rental property. So I think that should be awesome. And then, I think after that first rental property, I'll treat myself a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's sweet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you guys heard it from the man, the myth, the legend, the ATM king himself, Chad. He's an absolute stud. If you guys want to, and I definitely advise you guys to definitely do this, go into the description below. His link will be the first link in the description below. If you guys are interested in purchasing an ATM, we just got you guys a new link. Go check that out as well. We love you guys. We definitely appreciate the amount of subscribers that we are gaining on a daily basis, personally here on my YouTube channel. And we absolutely love the subscribers that Chad is gaining on a daily basis over on his YouTube channel. So we appreciate your guys' support. Your guys' support is really the main reason that we are even doing this. So definitely go over to Chad's channel. Drop in the comment section below, tell him where you came from, and just thank him for this interview, and we'll see if we can get another one of me on his channel, and we'll rock and roll with sucker. If we get enough heat on this video, him and I told each other that we would come together and we would literally show you guys blowing up an ATM machine. I still think would be pretty stinking cool.
It's gonna be awesome.
I love it, man. So we'll see if we can make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure to go like this video. Drop in the comment section below what you guys would like to see in future videos. If you guys would like to see me and Chad blow up an ATM, just let us know. If you guys haven't already, make sure and go subscribe to your boy, because your boy is thirsty for subscribers. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad, thank you so much, bro. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys in some future videos.